switching with the sharing screen sometimes doesn't go very smoothly, but we will do our best.
Okay, let me mute everybody. Let me mute. Okay, I'm gonna mute everybody except Dara. Dara, unmute yourself.
Okay, yep, can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay. So we want to welcome all of you to our Mahjong Show and Tell. And as Linda asked, it is so great to be able to connect with everyone. And we thought this would be a great way. A lot of us are not yet playing. So this is a great way to, virtually feel the tiles. So thank you for everyone that took the time to photograph and send in beautiful photos of their sets or videos. We brainstorm creative ways, and this is a way to stay connected. All of our upcoming talks, if you go to modernmahjong.com, there's an event tab, and we put the link to Zoom. So if you can't find the Facebook post, you could always go to the website and it has all the links. And if you subscribe to our channel, you could request notifications and you could be alerted when we post these videos. We hope you enjoy. Donna, your turn.
I'm sorry, just making sure I'm recording it right.
Okay.
So, yeah, we hope you enjoy, and we thank everyone who sent in photos of their wonderful sets. There are sets tonight that you'll see that you would never see. I'm very excited. So we just want to have a disclaimer that we've included information that was sent in from people that own the sets, and try to do some additional research on our own, but we're not experts in identifying the tiles and the sets. So anyone could put in the chat if we're mistaken about, the material of the tiles or what it is. We'd appreciate it because we want to say the right thing.
Exactly. So now we're first going to start with examples, and we kind of try to make it in as organized as a way, but so many things different overlap. But here's our first example. And this was sent in by Teresa, who was going to try to join us, but I don't think she got here yet. So this is a rare casein set, and it's made by, and I'm hoping I'm getting this right, De La Rue. The tiles have a curved back similar to bamboo sets from the same time frame. Teresa said, "This set is special to me as it is a Sprout 1 BAM. The tiles are light in weight and smooth to the touch. The 5-drawer case may not be original. The counting sticks are made of celluloid. It came from an estate where the original owner had a couple of sets and loved the game." So I don't know if everyone has played with a set or seen these. These, a lot of people think they're pineapples at first, but they're actually a little 1 Sprout BAM. Right, I see Christine laughing. So these are the beautiful BAMs of this set. Here are the cracks. And if I'm going, you could text and Donna will tell me to slow down if anybody needs to see more. Here are the dice, the counting sticks, a close-up of the 1 BAM.
Beautiful.
And then, oh, wait, here's more. Here's the box, which she said may not be original. And the wins. That's a very pretty, and you don't usually see a, I'm sure other people who collect see, but I don't usually see a red picture frame white dragon.
Mm-hmm.
And then the pretty 1 dot. So those are from De La Rue.
I'm just checking the waiting room and make sure we're not leaving anybody out.
So
you'll have to check the chat.
Carrie, if you want, you could unmute yourself and text if you want to add to anything, but this was sent in by Carrie, who has just absolutely beautiful photos of all of her Mahjong and non-Mahjong things. And this
is not my set. I just thought it was so cool. It was Paris, so.
No, it's beautiful.
I love how it's Les Mahjong on the.
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
But it just absolutely beautiful tiles. You can see the close-up of the French writing, the dice.
It's on my wish list.
Yeah, that is beautiful. Okay, so now let's go to the next page. So this is sent in by Barney. It is a 1920 German set. Barney, would you like to unmute yourself and tell us about it?
So I'm going to admit in advance, I'm so glad Greg is with us. She can keep me honest on all of this. So my note-taking skills were really not where I wanted them to be as I started to collect these sets. And I remember this set came from Johnny, and I know she probably told me so much about this set that I should have written it all down, but I didn't. In fact, I've never even played with this set.
Oh, wow.
It's so beautiful. It's so stunning. And unfortunately, it's one of those sets where you have to find people that would enjoy playing with it. And I know Johnny spent a long time, finding these 8 jokers and the beautiful stickers that went with them. But the only thing I had in my notebook was that this came from the 1920s. It was German. I don't even know that I'm properly pronouncing that word next to that. The Pehafra. I don't know if that's the right way of saying it.
Sounds good.
But it's a very unique leather case, very flat, but the tiles are very flat. I mean, they're you could tell I stood one up so you could see it, with those interesting, the wind indicators and the little dice. And of course, I adore that one BAM. That's a pretty interesting bird there. A crane of some sort, I assume.
Yep. Very pretty. Okay, so
Well, we
now
have
the
a
next.
question about what casein is, from Libby. So I don't know if Greg wants to answer. I mean, I don't know how to answer that. It's a type of plastic, but it's casein formaldehyde, known as French bakelite.
It is a type of plastic, and it's really beautiful. So there you go.
Thank you. So now we're moving on, and here we're going to have Donna. This is the first example of our bakelite set.
There, just check the waiting room. I want to make sure because there's somebody that was in there for a while.
Oh, sure.
So this is one of my rock game set. I love the chicken. You'll see the turkey a lot. I also have the turkey, but I love the chicken, and it's also called the jumping crane. I just love the soaps. I don't know why. They're very simple. This is actually the first tile I tried to restore because the black was coming off. So that was fun. But this is interesting because you'll see the color differentiation. And what I think is they call it corn on the cob. Somebody's on.
What was that?
Somebody talk, I don't know. So
His music was on, an alarm or something.
yeah. So anyway, Rock Games made 3 different types: the turkey, the chicken, and the soaring sparrow. And this is the chicken. Kay sent in the turkey BAM, which I love too, and I love that soap. And I love her custom Bakelite Mahjong dice.
Me too.
But,
and this one is known as a 4-color, and it's the most colors on a rock game set. It's called the somebody who likes Howard Stern is joining us.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to keep an eye on people. So Libby says the turkey is terrific. Yes, I love the turkey.
So I want to make a comment about this one. Of course, this set is just so spectacular. I mean, it's a winner on so many levels. One of the things that I find interesting, and I'm curious if others experience the same thing, but everybody has preference, especially when you're talking about playing with vintage tiles. There's a little bit of work involved with playing in vintage tiles, getting familiar with the carving, getting familiar with the characters, getting familiar with the shapes, because it's not something we see in the very modern sets. So there are many people who have strong preferences for what they like and don't like when it comes to playing with the vintage set. This particular set is a winner across the board. I don't think I've ever played with this set with anybody who hasn't said, oh my God, this is one of my favorite sets. There's something about the feel of this tile. The carving is so deep. You can feel the carving on your fingertips when you're playing with it. It is the 4-color version, which means it's bright and entertaining. I don't know if others have had the opportunity to play with this, but I can tell you right now, both personally and for teams that I've played with, this one is a winner. This is the one of the 10 that you leave the the burning house, God forbid, without leaving. This to me is one of the 10.
That's great.
Mhm.
Thank you. Okay, so now, wait, hold on. I can't figure out, wait, what is going on? It's taking, okay. So now, oh, this is mine. So this is a set that actually talking about like when you see a set, we actually played on this set and I thought it was so interesting. And I usually don't like things that are off-centered, but I found it so interesting that the dots are purposely sloping, and as Greg calls them in her book, sloping circles. And there's just so many different things about this set that are great. The white dragon's beautiful. If you look at the dots in the center, they have a little star. And then the 3 bam, Greg calls the staircase. And the flowers are very delicate, very pretty. And let's see.
I don't know, Greg, I thought Greg maybe sometimes calls it a cog, like in a wheel, a cog, but I don't know, Greg, if that's correct.
I know in her which book was it? It's not the bird. For the Birds is the one that talked about it having the star.
Yeah, I love the star. I mean, to me, it looks like a star.
Very pretty.
Yeah. So, okay, so let's move on. So now here we're getting to examples of some two-tone sets.
Okay, so Teresa was kind enough to send in this beautiful with the green back. So it's Bakelite and the back is green. It has 2 flower run by Mahjong Sales Company of America. But she said the bonus is the 5th flower for each run. Normally these are not found with the set. And what it makes this set unique is the dragons. So there, oh, look at the white soap, the white dragon. The soap is beautiful. And the green dragon and the red, beautiful. I will tell you from my own experience, I have a few greenbacks, and if you don't have 152 tiles, they are very hard to match. There's something about the green.
There's so many different shades, yeah.
Yeah, but as Teresa said, this, and she photographed it with green swirled Bakelite racks, which is so that's a beautiful set. Thank you.
By the way, is this Teresa Bunasi?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
You recognize her tablecloth?
I recognize her tablecloth and her beautiful tiles. She has a magnificent collection.
Yes.
So then our next one is back to Donna.
Oh, this is mine. This is a red wafer back set that I have. I just love the red backs on this set. And if you could see the 1 bam, it's a parrot on a branch. You've seen different parrots, but this is on a branch, and I just love the green leaves on it. I love the 1 soap. It's just very unusual. And I mean, the 1 dot, I love the soap because if you look closely, those are bats on the top and the bottom of the white soap, which is in Chinese culture means good fortune. So a lot of times you'll see in tiles and artwork, you'll see the bats. And then most of these sets only have 148 tiles. This was matched with 4 more red back tiles, and I love 2 of them that are the cat and the mouse, which is just beautiful.
So then this is a two-tone ivory craft. Oh, I think spell check actually switched it. I think it's 1 word. I think so. Ivory craft burgundy set, and the tiles have a really deep burgundy celluloid back. They're a joy to play with. They are a joy to play with. They were my first and only two-tone set. The 1 bam. I mean, the 1 bam is a swooping side view of a sparrow,
Yeah.
and the dragons. Let's see where we go. So the white dragon has P for Po, meaning white or plain. The red has a C for Chung, for center or China. And the green is for Fa, for prosperity. And what I learned, but researching for this, is they're extremely, I mean, the paint is as if they're brand new. and they are heat pressed, not engraved. And you could see this by when you look at the tiles, the edges are slightly raised. So for somebody who wants to restore a set, these are like a restorer's dream because the paint is very easy to stick into the grooves. There's other sets like the one that we just saw before, the sloping dot, that is a restorer's nightmare because some of them are so thinly engraved that the paint doesn't want to stick. So these are much, I don't know, I see some people nodding their head in agreement, so maybe they've tried. So yeah, this is a very, very elegant set to play with. And back to Barney.
Yeah, Barney, this is just beautiful with the black
Yeah.
back and the pillow top.
I wish I knew more about this set. I've only played with this set once, and again, I was playing with a group of people who just thought it was. One woman said, "I'm nervous," and I said, "Nervous about what?" She said, "I think the back is going to come off." So I'm not exactly sure what she got nervous about, but I remember that my story around this set is, as some of you know, Dee Gallo is one of our, wonderful, wonderful partners in Mahjong, and she's such a joy. And the first time that Dee saw this set, she said to me, "This is the one I would trade anything I have with you if you would ever give up this set." She said she's never seen this two-tone black pillow top. This is a pillow top. You can see by the curves on the ends, and so. This I purchased from a woman in Florida about 4 years ago who I hope I don't know if she's with us today, but I mean, I think she was looking for some money. And it was like I said, okay, let's do this. But the casing, I don't know if you could tell, but the casing is interesting. The box here on the to the left has a separate little snap. You put your dice in there.
Greg said it looks like a Rot Games box.
Similar, yes, yeah. But I've only played with it once, and I think it was probably only 2 games. So maybe we'll do a party in New Jersey, and people will want to come and play.
So Barney, again, we're getting the question that you did answer when we had you on another call. Do you want to share how many sets you have?
Yeah, this is right now it's about 150, I think.
Oh, so you have more than a gross.
Yeah, it went up a little bit from the gross. Yeah,
Wow.
maybe it's one. Yeah. Yeah, and as you know, I have a very special set coming soon. So
Yes.
maybe for the next time we do one of these.
Yes, mum's the word.
Yeah.
But what I find is interesting when you photograph Bakelite, it can be very pale. It can be yours looks almost orange, but it's all the lighting and it just,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, silly question.
Teresa, let's see, Teresa's coming in, so.
Okay. When just as a side note, you don't see when I have the chat, it's not covering up the screen, is it?
No.
No.
Okay, because I want to look at the chat.
Am I still on?
So-
Can you hear me?
Yes, Linda.
Oh, because I don't see anything, and I didn't see my set that I sent in when you did the two-tone sets. I sent in
Oh, that's so strange.
bone and bamboo.
Hmm.
Magnificent.
I will look while we're.
Okay, Gary, you're controlling it.
What-
so you can't do anything.
Yeah, Linda, what's your last name?
Roth, R-O-T-H.
That's so weird. I don't think we got it, Linda. I feel so bad. If you want to resend it to us, I could always share it from our email at the end.
Well, I have it right in front of me.
Oh, okay. So when we're done,
Hi, Teresa.
Hello.
when we're done,
Come
Linda,
here.
we'll share your screen.
It's magnificent.
Okay, great.
Compared to all the other ones I've seen, it beats the cake.
Yep. Okay.
Well, when we get to Bone and Bamboo, we'll share your screen.
Okay.
We'll go to. Okay, so now we're on examples of Chinese Bakelite. So here, Teresa, perfect
Teresa's
timing.
here, so. she
So
can-
this is a Chinese Bakelite, and I gave it a PG-13 rating. So this is perfect time for Teresa to apply.
You have to tell them why, Dara.
No, Teresa, do you want to unmute yourself and talk, or you want me to talk for you?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. The flowers are dancing Chinese ladies, and some of them are sans tops.
Oh. Yeah. There you
Wow,
go.
the booby ladies, right?
Yes, it's called the booby set.
That is hysterical. Oh, the white dragons are stunning.
Stunning.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
And
Stunning.
these are brown. back.
Brown wafer back. Yeah, brown wafer back.
It's
So it
interesting.
looks
Doesn't
black, but it's
photograph
dark brown.
Yeah. Look at those. We were talking about how hard it is to photograph certain Bakelite, and it just doesn't come out the same.
It doesn't come true.
No. No.
Mm-mm.
So we skipped over because we got to the nickname of the set. So the other colors that you were saying, the popular colors are green and red, and this one's brown.
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen brown before.
Very pretty.
Yeah.
Okay, so our next set, Donna, this was yours.
Oh, this is one of mine.
Oh, so pretty.
I love this because if you look at the BAM, you'll see it's a phoenix.
Mm.
I love this phoenix. I've never seen it before. I love the one dot. Again,
The tiles look very thick. Are they thick?
they're very thick. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's
And
interesting. The Phoenix has like a peacock feather on the bottom.
mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
deep.
And then the soap, the white dragon is just beautiful. And all the flowers in this set are very well done and very pretty. I just love this. The case is very beaten up. It's a leather case, but yeah, the tiles are very chunky.
Yeah, you can see.
Thank
But
you.
in very good condition and very pretty.
Beautiful.
Love that one.
And Donna.
Oh, that hawk bam. Wow.
Hawkman. But here's an example. It didn't photograph well because it's much deeper color than what it's showing here.
Mm.
But I believe this is a Royal Depth Control, RDC. A lot of other manufacturers made the hawk over the globe, but I believe that's what this is. This is very pretty. Yeah, it didn't photograph as well as it looks. But I love the frame for the white dragon also. But this is a highly collectible set. If anyone sees these, you should grab them.
Greg said fabulous Phoenix, and she said it looks like a Rock Games box.
Okay. Greg says the hawk bam is a symbol of Chinese military strength.
Ooh.
And Carrie says you have to warm the temperature of the Photoshop.
Yeah, I'll do that sometimes. It'll look more like the set if you actually change the color than the actual color. It's weird.
Mm-hmm.
So now we're on to examples of Catalan sets. And our first one is by Donna, or actually I think we only have one. It's a TYL by Donna.
Yeah, I don't know why we don't have more Catalan, but it's a lighter color yellow if people are ever asking, and it's more translucent. I mean, if anyone is then, Bakelite. But these are the Griffin dragons. I've seen them spelled 3 different ways, but you'll see, these are highly collectible too and very rare. So it's a lion's bottom and eagle head. But I love the color of these tiles too.
Yeah, no, they're great.
So very pretty.
And now we are on to French ivory and Pearland sets, which Greg, if we are incorrect and you feel like jumping in, please do. But we were kind of investigating because I have a set that I think is Pearland. So the first one was sent in by Teresa. Teresa, you want to hop in?
Oh, this set is German and Victor, and the tiles are thin and very sharp edges, and they are French ivory. They have the French ivory lines, very uniform though. They're not wavy like peroxaloid. And the color is pretty consistent, even though it's showing that, there's some color differentiations.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and the O is the East. It's, starts with an O in German.
Oh. So Greg says German sets have very sharp corners.
Mm-hmm.
The dragons are European. Love this set. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it seems like I have a friend that she jokes that the this set and the sharp edge sets, she's like, they must be German because it's very hard and harsh and, you know, straight edges. Where when we play with the rock game, she's like, it's very feminine, it's very sensual, it's all rounded. So we have a good time joking about the shape of the tiles.
Great. And now, Donna, we're back to you with your French ivory two-tone set.
I love this set. This is one of the first few that I had bought. It's French ivory, and it was made by Peroxloid, which was from New York. I mean, anyone can jump in and tell me if I'm wrong, but I was told they were on Fifth Avenue in New York. They imported Mahjong games. They mostly imported games that were solid French ivory, two-tone French ivory, like this. This has a black back, which I absolutely love. The one dot is just beautiful. The color of the tiles is just beautiful, and they feel so good. They're really light, and I love the Joker stickers that were put on it. What do we call it? The marching. All the girls in our group call it the little man.
Yeah,
Right.
that was actually the inspiration for our cat toy.
Yes, that was the inspiration of our catnip toy, and I love the box that it comes in. It's very compact, and again, you'll see the soaring sparrow on the one band. So the little man, what do we call him? I can't remember. The
little, I think we call him the little man.
yeah,
Magic Man?
was commonly seen in Peng Chao sets. So
Okay,
Carrie says
now
I call that a swooping swallow. Yes.
So now this is my Proxloid set that I just got, and it does not have, it wasn't misleading or anything. It just said the name. It didn't say what type of material. So it does not have the little lines that you see, even though those lines are kind of hard to photograph. But it's almost very similar to like the material in a Peng Chao set, which is Purline. So that's what I think it is. But it's interesting to see how little they are. Size-wise, they're not much smaller than a regular set. Regular is,
They're
but
very
modern-
thin.
A modern set?
yeah, modern set, but they are extremely thin,
Thin, yeah.
and they're only 4/16 inch deep. So they're just very, very dainty, and I haven't got to play with them yet, but I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, we love playing with those sets.
So now here is, we have one example from Teresa of a set that she actually hasn't played with, but a wood set.
Yeah, we haven't seen any
wanna-
good sets.
You want to tell about the Namier set?
It was out of a collector, has a large collection, and just wanted to, I guess, get rid of stuff, and I was able to get it, and I honestly don't really know too much about it.
There's
No,
gold
I don't
paint.
know. Gold paint, it's like pressed in, because it definitely has some ridges to it, and a lot of gold. There's a lot of gold, and the color's extraordinary. And the backs, actually, I should have photographed the backs. It has a yellow tinge to it, kind of like some of the other wood sets you've seen. Like some have plain wood, some have black, and some have a yellow. And this one has a yellow tinge. The box isn't in great condition, but I love that. The handwritten notes, on how to play the game. I love getting those in sets. It brings you back to when they played and how they describe things, and trying to figure out how they played the game is nice. And then the sticks are not wood. I think they're Purline.
And look at the wind.
The dragons are really fun. I mean, the dragons are really interesting, and I think this might be like a European set based on the images.
The bamboos are beautiful.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Yeah, very,
And the
very,
one dot says it Namier.
very pretty.
Mhm.
So here we have, who was speaking that said we missed their set?
Linda.
Linda.
Want to show us your set?
Yeah. You don't have it on here? You've never
No,
got
for
it?
some reason,
I
I don't
never got the email.
never get the email.
I just checked too.
You could just go up to the screen.
But she
Yeah,
has.
well, I know. I'm not that talented. Do you see it? No.
No.
Sarah, I sent an email back in September with just pictures of the tiles from my mother-in-law.
Wait,
Yeah, we
switch
have
tab.
Karen, we have you coming up. So here's Linda.
Oh, yeah, no, we see it now.
Now we see it, Linda.
Do you see it?
Yep.
It's the racks I've never played with before anywhere. They're solid mahogany. I can't tell what I'm showing on the screen.
Maybe
So,
you
you know
pick
what,
up
can you put some of the tiles right up on the rack?
Because these are the most magnificent flowers I've ever seen. Ever. Just bear with me.
Take your time. If you go a little bit to the right, we saw the tile. Yeah, right there. Lower it a teeny bit. Yeah, perfect. Okay, we see the 8 bam.
Yeah. So you see the side? They're dovetailed.
Yep.
Very pretty.
You can see where the blue meets the book. I've never
Here, just
seen
lift your
tile.
hand up a teeny bit.
And they're definitely ivory because if you look, you can see the lines throughout the ivory. Do you know what I mean?
Very pretty.
Yeah.
This was given to me by a friend who belonged to his grandmother, I think. The ladies don't like playing with it because the tiles are not flat, they're curved backs.
Yeah, we had that.
We had the same thing. We had the same thing happen when Donna got her first bone and bamboo set. Some of the girls didn't like the fact that they didn't stay level on the walls.
Right. And there were 2 cards in the box from 1943 and 1944. And it was interesting, the card from 43 had a sextet hand on it.
Mhm.
And there were no jokers back then.
Well, you know, if you do a favor, you can email us again. When we share this on YouTube, we can add pictures of the set if you resend us
Okay.
the email.
Okay. It is a little unique, especially with the mahogany racks.
Yeah, beautiful. Okay, so now let me go back to sharing my screen. And now, actually, this is a perfect time. Can you see a picture?
We're gonna do a little video from Greg with a special set.
I'm Greg, and I think a lot of you know I love all things Mahjong. I bought this particular set at an auction, and I got really lucky with it. It's a very unique set, and I think in a minute or two you'll understand why. Of course, the box is beautiful. It's inlaid with mother of pearl, so I fell for the box right away. But then I saw the interior, and I really went crazy. Like all sets made during the 1920s between the wars in China, it came with some sticks for counting, keeping score, and some hand-carved little dice. And you will all see these in old Mahjong sets. But I went crazy when I saw what the tiles look like. It's a one-of-a-kind set. So I'm going to do a brief thing for you now to show you some tiles. These are the dots.
Wow.
Have expressions in them.
Oh my God.
Here are the bands, and they have expressions in them too. Here are the cracks, and these are fabulous with their own expressions in them. And I'm going to show you all in a minute. And here are the dragons and the different wind tiles. So you can see how unique this set is, but I wanted to just show you a few highlights. Here are 2 of the bams. Here's the one bam, and it says, it's a bird. And then Garden Gate actually is a type of hand that you can play if you're playing Chinese Mahjong. These are the South and the West, and these are different places in China. These are the dragons, and you can see that the hot dog is a green dragon, fireworks is a red dragon, and soap says palm olive. So I really think that's fabulous. And then here is the #1 dot, which looks so beautiful with its expression. Here are the cracks, 2 of them, and cracks are usually so dull, but this one says 1 cracker, and then this says Little Joe, and I have to do a lot more research, but I know that Little Joe symbolizes something. So what is this unique set doing? Why is this here? Well, because these 8 men met each other and worked together in China between the wars, and these are their names and their nicknames. And they obviously had this set commissioned so that they could play the game together whenever they got together. And what I'm just so glad I've got it. What makes me sad is that people sold the set, but now with the internet, you can actually do so much research and find out about the people who owned the set and played together all those years ago. So thank you for your time, and enjoy all the wonders of Mahjong, including dice.
That was a very unusual set. You'll never
That
see
was
that
great.
everywhere. By the way, hi Woody. Woody's
Okay.
on too.
So that was one of our examples of bone and bamboo. And now here we're back to Teresa with a bone and bamboo sprout bam set.
Where's a picture of the sprout?
Yeah. I'm
No,
gonna-
I am totally obsessed with Sprout Bam Mahjong sets, and I have several, and I didn't want to be obnoxious and only take pictures of those. So this was the first one I ever got out of from a lady in Arizona. She said no one in her family played, and she was afraid that her kids would just donate it, and she wanted to go to someone who actually appreciated and would play. So I bought it from her, and I just love the colors of the Sprout Bam. I love the how it kind of resembles a little bit like a pineapple. And the BAMs itself, it kind of reminds me of, like, remember Grease 2, where they were doing the Hawaiian thing and they go. So this kind of reminds me of that luau scene. So it's in a beautiful, a very high quality wood box, but very plain on the outside. But everything is beautifully made, and has a nice thick bone and bamboo ratio, and the bone itself is also of high quality, and the carving's lovely. And then the flowers are the men, and I don't know if they're opera men or if they're occupation men or if they're scholars or warriors. I don't know. Someone who knows more about that would be able to chime in. But it's a fun set to play with, and it plays well.
Beautiful.
So now, Donna, we are back to your bone and bamboo set with the peacock bam.
Yeah, this is one of my sets with a very nice bone to bamboo ratio. I think it's 50-50 if I measure them. I love the peacocks on the one bam. The colors in this set are just beautiful. They go very well with our peacock dice that I use. And I love the flowers in this set too. I mean, it's just absolutely beautiful. Look, it looks like it's a teapot and just beautiful. And again, like Teresa said, this is in a very simple box, but very elegant and very well made. And I love the brass hardware on the top. Very pretty.
Very pretty. Now we are to examples of colorful sets and triple layer lucite sets. So
we're getting more into the 1960s, 1970s at this point.
So here we have an example of Carrie's beautiful photography with her paper flowers. Like dice. Carrie, do you want to share anything about the set?
So this is a cardinal set, and they made so many of them, and they have more commonly a lighter pink set, and they have a minty green set. This is called the Prestige set, and I've never actually seen it before, and I bought it from DeGallo. So it's currently my favorite. I just love these cardinal sets because they're very tactile. And that's it. And look at how cute my monogram dice are there.
And you're making the paper flowers yourself, right?
Yes, I made those paper flowers.
I love those. That's why peonies are my favorite flower, because I used to love making the paper flowers when I was a kid. So now I love them.
Yeah, Kleenex and.
So now we're back to Donna with a triple layer green lucite cardinal set.
Yeah, so this is one of my sets. I just love the green. I love the racks that came with it. I mean, it's hard to tell, but I think it's 1970s, but this was made by Cardinal, the green lucite. And if you look at the flowers, you'll see there's 4 different colors, and including a metallic gold, which you don't see too much, but I love the colors in this set. The white dragon, the soap is very unusual. And it also came with 8 natural jokers to the set, and they're all big jokers. But I love it. And the green clear Mahjong dice that we have really go well with it too. And you can see the red dragon, how different it is from the green. So it's just a fun set. I really love it. And all the colors.
And don't get ready to stop talking. Wait. Because you're
So this, unfortunately, this is another tri-layer lucite set that I have by Cardinal. It doesn't photograph, but it is lavender. It's a very unusual color. And these tiles are smaller than the green. The green lucite are taller and thinner, and these are shorter and chunkier. But it comes in a leather zippered case, and it's much more simple in terms of the flowers and the soaps. But I just love the color of this set. So, very
And
pretty.
you have jokers, I see.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Originals? These are original jokers?
There were some blanks. There were four blanks, and then
Okay.
yeah, and then there were extra flowers.
Yep.
To make it into,
Okay.
yeah.
So now we are on to some interesting and sentimental sets. So Karen, do you want to talk about the tiles you sent in? Oh wait, you have to let's see if I could unmute. Donna, can you unmute Karen?
Okay, can you hear me now?
Now we can.
Okay, yeah, this set belonged to my mother-in-law. We found it in our basement. She died in did she die? 2001, and we moved in 2016, and we found it in our basement. Unfortunately, I don't know if you can tell, if you look at the bottom flowers, they're bigger and the sizes are different. I bought the Joker stickers just because I didn't like the ugly nail polish, but I figured that my granddaughter is 3, and I figured that when she's a little older, we can match numbers and match tiles. And I like the little one bam that looks like a pineapple, and I like the soap a lot on this one.
Yeah, the soap's pretty.
But you do know, Karen, I mean, you could take the measurements, and there's plenty of places you can get tiles that'll match the set. You can keep the set. Mm-hmm.
Who do I do that with?
We can message her.
Yeah, we can message you after.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
You have my email.
It's a beautiful set.
Oh,
Yeah,
thank you. Yeah, it's really a very pretty set. It's a shame that it's not
Mhm.
playable. If we ever play in person again at this rate.
Yeah. So it's actually kind of funny. We didn't even realize that you were going to, timing wise, that segued right into this perfectly. You talked about playing with your granddaughter. So that was one of the inspiration behind our Mahjong, which isn't a Mahjong set, but it's domino tiles with Mahjong symbols. And people always ask us when I teach my grandkids how to play. So they could learn the symbols and no vintage tiles are damaged in play. So it's a great way to just introduce the game of Mahjong to new players. And since it's dominoes and it's an easier game, there's not that intimidation factor that a lot of people, I don't know if when you mentioned to friends that you'd like to teach them Mahjong, some people just get so nervous, or this is just more of a easier matching game. So that's something we have on our website. And now we are back to Carrie. Oh, wait, we were back to Carrie. Here we go. A 1920s in the wrapper Parker Brothers tuxedo set.
This was crazy. I bought it not knowing, it's always a gamble when you buy something, and it came and I couldn't believe it was in the cellophane. It had 4 blanks. I had to find 4 other tiles that matched it. And Johnny had said to me, I should never open it. And if there's ever a Mahjong museum, I will donate it because it's pristine, brand new from the 1920s, never been played with. And I'm itching to open it up, but I will not do that. So.
And describe the side of the tile.
It's actually, there's nothing special about the side of it there. It's just the top looks like the back of the sides. So,
Just the name tuxedo is just.
Yes, Greg, why were they called tuxedo sets? Is she there?
Because Tuxedo Park was very prestigious, and so therefore it was a very prestigious name to be associated with a set.
Oh, yes.
Tuxedo.
I had a birthday party in Tuxedo Park, and there was a tuxedo set on the mantle. Is that right?
Correct. Usual King Friday.
And the tuxedo was invented in Tuxedo Park.
That's right.
Outside Manhattan. And this is
So
by Parker Brothers. And there's also a
Newport set.
There's a Newport set with another brass plate on it.
Right.
So anyway.
Very pretty.
So that's why that set's so special to me, Greg.
That's great. So now, Barney, you're back. We have our first dovetail.
Oh, that's nice.
Here, Teresa's come. The peanut gallery.
This is another one that would be in the top 10 when running out of the house. This dovetail ebony, bone and ebony. It just, again, had never seen one like this before. So the Joker, we had to use stickers for the Jokers. Maybe someday I'll ask somebody to carve them for me if I could find them, but this is another one. Never played with. It just sits on my coffee table. I open up the lid every once in a while and swoon. Look at that flag, that flag guy, bottom left, right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. This is a cool set.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Beautiful.
Wow.
And I think I read somewhere, and I'm sure somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, the dovetail was done just to add to the beauty. It wasn't really a specific need for the dovetail, kind of unlike the bone and bamboo.
I don't know.
Maybe.
Sounds like a good explanation.
I mean, they're absolutely a beautiful way to combine the tiles.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Very pretty.
Thank you.
And now, Barney, you can stay on the mic.
Christine's with us, I think, right? So this is the one where you just say, my God, this is the,
Piece de resistance.
this is the one of them, certainly number 1 or 2, the mother of pearl set. I don't know if I took any pictures on the side, but like that slab of mother and pearl is tacked on with little nails into each of the backs. And of course, I know there's a small number of these that float around, but you never see them with Jokers. And of course, our master craftsman out west was able to build and create for me Jokers. And of course, they're orange. And I have played with them. I made everybody swear on a stack of Bibles they would not be throwing the tiles. And we made it through. It's quite special.
That's stunning.
Teresa is drooling.
Now these we put together as smaller tile sets and Singapore capture sets. So these, I'll try to, these were all sent in.
Donna sent these all in.
So here's one set of hers with little capture tiles, the cat and the mouse. Beautiful flowers.
I actually have that. I have a bunny Joker set.
Oh, I do too.
Yeah.
I have
love
that.
it.
And then here's another one of her. Is that a
From
frog?
the frog.
Yep.
That's great.
So cute.
And then
Donna Eshin likes collecting the smaller travel sets.
you look at that beautiful one dot.
Yeah, and look at the Joker next to it. Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty.
Is Donna with us?
I don't think she's on the call. But
Oh, okay.
Sometimes, no, she is, but I think she's not her picture. I think she's just a screen.
Oh, okay.
So
Hi, Donna.
Greg said that's a great rabbit.
Yeah.
So often they look like crazy rabbits. So that was a good one. Are those ducks? Look at that.
Yeah.
Pretty. Very pretty.
Trying not to make everyone dizzy. Just
I know.
slowly. That looks like, look at that Joker.
Where are the dots?
The ducks.
I didn't see the dots.
Here's ducks.
Those are dots?
Ducks.
Duck.
Oh, ducks.
Duck.
Walks like a duck, smells like a quacks like a duck. And then here we have some smaller tiles, mini tiles.
Yeah, a lot of these are travel sets, right?
And then it was just showing the difference in size of different tiles.
The clown Joker.
That clown in Italy a lot, I could tell you.
Yep.
And now we are on another mini tile set, and this one was sent in by Carrie.
I just love everything mini.
Pretty.
It's great.
It came in that box, which is
I love
very,
the
very
flower.
Oh,
old.
wow, that's great.
Yeah, I love the flower.
And now we are on, I think this is our last section. We are on enrobe sets. So first we have two orange enrobe sets sent in. So I'm sure everybody can guess who sent one of them in. But Teresa, do you want to tell us about your Met set?
The case was trashed, so I had this snakeskin case that needed to be relined, so I put a jungle fabric in, and it's a Met set, and the orange is very consistent in color, and it came with the two Buddhas, jokers, and the rest were stickered, but I was able to match enough 6 more tiles, so I didn't have to sticker the 5th flower, the 5 flowers. So
Really pretty.
Beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
thank you.
Oh, there's the back.
Mm-hmm.
If I would have known you were submitting your orange, I would have picked a different color.
Oh, no.
Sorry.
And
Same
then
exact one.
here
Here's
is
Barney's.
Yeah, this is the
Original.
same exact one. And you want to talk about having a nervous breakdown? All 152 of these tiles are flying across the country to California as we speak. Somebody's going to work on brightening up some of these tiles for me.
wow.
Yeah.
Right. So that south, for example, that you see, the paint is horrible.
Mhm.
So she's going to work on.
Bonnie?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. I've repainted several sets, and it's time consuming. And
Teresa, before you joined the call, I was saying how some sets are just so much easier to work with than others.
yeah,
I didn't mention you by name, but I was saying how the sloping one is not always an easy set to do.
no,
Greg
it
says
depends on the
Barney
depth.
or Brave.
Yeah. So now here is a modern enrobe set, and Barney and Kay both sent in. Barney, you want to talk about this set?
This is D Gallo's Serenity set. It's special on so very many levels, and it's a very personal set. And she did many special things for each of the owners of this set, and she worked with me on the creation of those orange all koi jokers, which I adore.
Yeah.
I can't do a fraction of the importance of this set, and I wish Dee could explain it, but it's truly magnificent.
Yeah, so Barney sent in the top left picture, and then the rest were sent in by Kay. And Barney was set number 28, and there were 100 sets.
Yeah, they're very limited in how many she does.
So then a lot of you who are on our Mahjong community on Facebook will know, might recognize Carrie and Monty. So they are carefully guarding Kay's greenback
Yeah.
set. Oh wait, that's so funny.
That's
This is
the
not the
greenback. Yeah, the green and robed
yeah, green.
on the
Yeah.
left.
Here we go. I guess they guard all the sets. So here's a green and robed.
Is this Kay's set?
Yes.
The green and robed is Kay's?
Yes, you
Well,
can't have it.
she sent it. Maybe it was at someone else's house, but she sent it to us.
Ah, okay.
I think, unless someone. Yeah.
Mhm.
And then here, this is our limited edition modern Mahjong replica enrobe set, and it actually has a peacock inspired by the other one you just saw, and Buddha jokers. And here's the dice that come with it. And then here's our larger font wins.
And just so you know, the reason we made these is because not everyone can afford an enrobe set, and people were afraid to play with them. So even people that have the vintage enrobe have this set too, and they enjoy playing with it and don't worry about it.
Yep.
And then this is something new that we are now able to do both font, text, and images. So this is one of our friends and customers that happens to have 4 dogs and 4 cats. So that was a perfect set of,
I think it's fun. We can say, because she published it, but her last name is Rice. So her animal names are risotto, jasmine, sticky rice, fried rice. And I love these jokers that we designed
great.
for her. And
So
someone
that's-
said, yay, Ronnie. And then, yeah, we have, you can put your name on the jokers.
for any image, we can have our artists adjust them for a picture. And we will not share anyone that until our customers get them and let us know that they got them. We don't share any pictures.
Right.
And then that wraps up the sets that we have, but we were very excited that yesterday we got a check in the mail for $1,500 payable to the Alzheimer's Association, because many of you on this call were customers of ours that purchased a card last year. So this year we actually get $2.50 for each card that is pre-ordered through us. And you could send it in with a check. There's a pre-order form. If you'd like to pay online by credit card, we do offer that as well. There's a small service fee for that just because there's no profit on this. We just are doing it as a fundraiser.
And just so everyone knows, the National Mahjong League raised the price of the cards this year, not us. So it's $9 for the standard and $10 for the larger card.
So, and then we're continuing. These are our purple dice, 2 different styles. We donate $1 for each pair of those that we sold to Alzheimer's. And then some other closing things. You know how there's 2, 4, 6, 8 on the card and 1, 3, 5, 7, forget about the 9. So those are Prime numbers. And Don and I were just talking that Amazon Prime moved their June Prime Day to October 13th and 14th. So we said, why should Amazon shoppers have all the fun? So we are having a Prime Day sale. So 13% off on some Mahjong dice for Save 13. And that wraps up our sets that we're showing. A lot of you might have been our first Zoom talk. So if you go to youtube.com Modern Mahjong, all of our prior talks are uploaded to that, as well as many of our Men That Maj, Why I Maj, and our Fun Mahjong Prime Friday, which we go through different TV shows and movies, and we put clips on of the different shows that have Mahjong scenes in them.
Is Karen coming back to speak?
Karen, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
When is she coming back? Do you know?
So we have, I could look that up.
Maj makeovers.
Yeah, I have 2 books for went to school with her husband too, and we discovered that, and so she sent me 2. I got 2 autographed books of hers, but I'd love to put a face with the.
So, well, you could watch. I mean, until then, you could watch on YouTube. We have her old. Just trying to get. We have her prior talks. Just trying to see if I could pull that up.
I'm just trying to put it on my calendar.
Where do you get these sets from? Where do you find them?
I know it's funny because everyone asks everybody else. I mean, eBay is a big source. Anytime you go antique shops, you should always look. There's auctions, private collections. That's what we find.
And one thing to bear in mind, which is something that we learned when we had our talk with Greg and Toby, is you'll notice a lot of times on eBay, it'll say 152 tiles, but just look to make sure they match, because there's plenty of people on this call that either as a hobby or as a business resell sets, and they will tell you that it's not just the size of the tile, it's the color, it's the feel. There's so many ways. So one thing that Toby said was, leave the completing of the sets to the professionals, because a lot of times it's really hard and you might spend money and then not be able to have a playable set. Greg is shaking her head. So unless you want to take a gamble, I mean, but otherwise I think it's great advice from Toby and Greg.
Unless it's a reputable seller that you trust.
Yeah.
Read the reviews.
Right.
So to answer your question.
How do you, like Barney, you have 100 and some odd sets. Where do you display them?
Well, I will say they sort of fit in different sections of my house based on how much I love them. So there's a coffee table that's got probably the best of the best, and then another little side table that's got the second best. And I have some closets upstairs that have the not so important sets. I have a section of my garage that have the these would be sold first sets. So they are all over the house. Let's put it that way. They are all over the house. I have not gotten to the point where someday I hope to hire Rod Limke, who now lives in Colorado. You know, Rod built, I guess, a section of his home with custom cabinetry and drawers and everything, and that just literally takes your breath away.
Yeah,
So
if you go on our YouTube channel, we did an interview with Rod, and we have photos of how he displays his beautiful sets.
oh, I missed that one.
Oh,
Oh,
you
it's on
have-
YouTube. It's on
It-
their
it-
Mahjong. It's on Modern
Modern
Mahjong's
Mahjong
YouTube
YouTube
channel.
channel, and
There
yeah.
are many,
Oh,
there
Yeah,
are many
check it out.
spouses.
Awesome.
okay. Oh, that's
There are
good to
many
know.
spouses that are not happy with Rod because after that, the non-playing spouse was like, "Great, thanks a lot. Now I have to build a wall unit because yeah." So to answer your question, Karen, the next 3 times we have Bubby Fisher doing events. We have October 21st, November 18th, and December 9th. And those events are going to be our Maj makeover. And it's going to be, actually, we have one of our first contestants on the thing. We are going to be walking through as players are playing the game. And it's going to be players of all different experience and level. And she's going to, and what I find very interesting in Greg and Toby's new book is there really is no one right answer. I mean, everybody has different ways of passing tiles. But Karen will go through what her thought process is with new players or advanced players and just give them a makeover. And this is something very exciting. We had come up with Karen, Bubby Fisher, something called the Charleston Challenge. So that was, we're going to do Maj makeovers and a Charleston Challenge. And it's just going to help people with their speed, and it's going to help people make decisions during the Charleston. But what we really needed to do is we needed people to be able to get the same tiles in the deal because we need to see what would happen if you didn't go this route and you went that route. So we tried with certain websites and they weren't able to do it. But we were able to get Ray from the 2020 Mahjong practice app to add a special feature now. And if you put in a code, every time that code is in, you will get the same deal. So it's actually really might be very helpful for online teachers as well, because then you could have the tiles and you could see what they're doing. I mean, you don't see their screen, but each time you deal, as long as you don't turn off that code, you get the same tiles.
So Dara had the tiles, I had the tiles, and we, did the Charleston a different way. And see how
What time are they? 7 p.m. again?
Unless we change it, all of our events are 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 4 p.m. for our West Coast fans.
Where are you guys located? Are you in the East?
We're in South Florida.
Oh, where? I have family.
Hollywood, near Fort
Oh
Lauderdale.
my gosh, my grandfather used to live on South Ocean Drive.
Doesn't everybody's grandfather live in
I was there last year, seems like a million years ago. I wanted to drive you to the Presidential Tower. And so it was a condo. It was an apartment building. And so we were going to see Hamilton, and we went there, and we, walked around and just sort of looked at it. And, I was in a cast from my thigh down, so walking around was a little difficult.
And then one other thing I forgot to mention, we had to reschedule it. We were having Mahjong, bingo with a Mahjong twist, so we're calling it Mahjong. And unfortunately, the numbers don't go high enough that we could make like 1 through 9 BAM for the thing. So it's probably going to be regular Mahjong numbers, but we're going to do it with a bingo numbers with a Mahjong twist. And then in a break and intermission of the games, we are having Fern Bernstein on, the author of Mahjong Mondays. She's going to be on talking about Mahjong and community and friendship and what Mahjong means to her. That is December, I want to say 2nd. But all of it is on our events tab of Modern Mahjong.
Okay, events tab.
So these are things that we're putting together. If anybody else has ideas of ways to, virtually connect about Mahjong, please email us and let us know.
How many people signed up for this new the tournament this month? Because I talked to a lot of my friends. I don't know if they signed up, but
we have over, I think the 8 round. I think we have over 70, about 70 in each.
Wow.
8 round and 4 round. So it's great.
Yeah, that's good.
And what's nice about the online tournament, it's very flexible. So we had a friend text today from New Orleans concerned about the hurricane that's coming. And so I said, play today. And so they're going to play today, tomorrow. They're afraid of losing power Friday and over the weekend. So
But it's great. We have players all over the US. We have players in Hawaii, we have players in Canada. So it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, like we picked different times to play. And we made somebody that's good with Excel made a sheet. There's 8 of us. And so we switch around after every 8 games, and every day we switch around. And
that's great.
That's awesome.
Well, we want to thank everybody. So Barney,
Thank you for
Greg,
being in your stead.
Thank you, it was fun.
the
Karen.
collectors for showing.
job.
That was fun.
Have a great week.
Stay safe, everybody.
Stay
Thank
safe.
you.